Well, hello everyone. It's lovely to see you all. Welcome back. This is part 2 of the Westfield MegaBlade maintenance and upgrade series. The first part went really well, and then I broke something. It didn't go quite so well. I'm an absolute numpty, and metal broke. That's probably not a good thing. Yeah, let's get into it. Let me show you what I did. I think the reason it happened as well is because while I'm quite well versed in sort of car engines and things like that, with the Westfield being bike engined, I'm not that seasoned with motorbike engines, and they have a different type of clutch than that I'm used to in cars. So a little bit of inexperience, I suppose, with regard to how bike engines and their clutches work, but it's a good lesson. I'll remember it, and it's not the end of the world. Quite fixable. Let me show you what has actually broken. Okay, let's have a look. Back in a second. Okay, folks, hopefully you can see okay, and there's enough light there. If you have a look just here, you can see what has broken. This is a pull type of clutch. So the clutch lever works this as the clutch is pressed in, it moves that out. So that should actually have an end on it like that. Now what has happened, if we just go over to this spare clutch cover that I have, when you bolt on the clutch cover, it's very difficult because you need to get this little section at the end to line up with the clutch lever just there. If I pull that out, so as you're bolting it up, you need to feel with your fingers and get it in just the right position as you tighten it up, so that it will eventually kind of go underneath the ridge on that, so it's able to pull, so that clutch lever can then pull the mechanism in the clutch. Basically, I had got that very slightly out of place, and as I torqued these bolts up, it broke the end of it off. One of those things. It's not something I've come across before because I've not done bike engines, but yeah, I'm gonna put everything back together. I'm not going to film everything because I get a feeling that the Westfield videos aren't liked as much as some of my other videos, so I'm not going to make it too long. This is only for the hardcore few that enjoy the Westfield content. Okay, but yeah, I'm going to crack on and get bits back together, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, so what we need to do is get these bolts off of this back plate. Once these bolts are out, the clutch springs can come out and this back plate can come off, and then we can take this out, put the new one in, spare one in I should say, put the back plate back on and the clutch springs and torque these bolts up. Okay, and it's out, and you can see the broken one at the bottom and the replacement one from the spare engine at the top. There are very slight differences on like the shaft there in terms of lubrication. This also has like a flat on it, if I can, yeah, just at the top there you can see a bit of a flat. They are both interchangeable. I have just checked on the forums. Both will work, so it's not an issue. You can see the parts that came off there. Here is the clutch sort of back plate, and there's the release bearing and our operated clutch springs. Just because that part has broken, I don't want to chance anything. I'm going to use the spare parts off the spare engine. So I'm going to put the back plate off the spare engine and the clutch cover, just in case anything bent in the process of doing it up last time. And yeah, I'll crack on and get on with that. Okay, we're starting to get somewhere now. So I've used the spare engine clutch spring bolts because they're in better condition. They seem to be made out of a nice soft grade of toffee, so they round off very nicely. I'll get those torqued up and we'll start to get somewhere. And that clutch release pin is where it should be. As you can see the clutch release bearing moving there. When you turn it like that, all is as it should be, so that's good. We're getting somewhere. Good stuff. And we are finally there. We have a nice working clutch, at least clutch pedal. I haven't ran the car because I haven't put any oil in the car yet, because obviously it's been serviced. So that's the next job. There's no filler at the top, so we have to go via the dipstick, like so, and take it slow, get some oil in there, and that is us pretty much finished. I can report that the pedal feel is quite a fair bit heavier, which is exactly what I wanted. The springs are supposed to be quite a bit uprated. As I mentioned in a previous video, the clutch springs are meant for like a turbo fireblade, or very highly modified ones. They're not just the normal heavy duty ones, they're actually the next step up. So hopefully that will eradicate any clutch slip that we were getting. And yeah, it took a little bit longer than normal, annoyingly. But I suppose it's just experience, you know, it's a different type of format that I'm used to. Got some other things coming on this car as well, if you are interested in the Westfield content. When this car was built, let's say it wasn't built properly in certain aspects, so we're going to address that and hopefully regain a bit of power as a result. So yeah, that's it for now. I'm just going to top the oil up and give it a quick whir over. I'll disconnect the coil before starting it properly just to get the oil pressure up. And that is it. That's it for today's episode, really. There's not that much left to sort of cover apart from me sort of taking the car off the jacks and things like that. But to the folk that do enjoy the Westfield content, I hope this was okay. I've tried to keep it a little bit shorter this time. If you prefer it longer, actually seeing all of my messing around and trying to undo bolts very ham-fistedly, let me know, leave a comment, and I can make some long form videos if that's what you really like. The only reason I'm trying to rush this one a little bit is because in my YouTube analytics, basically the stats are saying that people don't like the Westfield stuff as much as some of my other car content. If that's different to how you feel, please just let me know that. You are the audience, so you really get to decide. So just let me know, okay? That's me for now. Hope you have a lovely week and take care. Oh, just to add as well, I have changed the oil filter, but it is a little bit tucked away down there. I did that off camera, and we've got our titanium sump plug back in as well and torqued up. So we're all good. Oil's not going to dribble all over the garage floor. Hopefully, anyway. Yeah. Okay. See you guys. Bye.